Do you want some mods for Project Zomboid, but some that aren't as extreme as this Death Machine? In this video today, I'm going to go over 10 mods that I run in almost every playthrough, that are in general just quality of life mods. If you like these quality of life mods, let me know. Any I missed that you run, please let me know, because I'm always open to new mods. And if you want to see like just bigger mods I run, let me know in the comment below. So let's get into the first mod of the few I'm going to show you. The first mod is the Equipment UI Paper Dough Equipment Interface. That's the name of it, as you can see on the screen. This mod's quite simple, as you can see by the image. You basically have like a Tetris, that's what they call it, I think, I don't know, overlay over your character model, as you can see in the top left. And you can basically equip and unequip all your equipment using this little menu. I actually quite like this one. It's the simplest of the lot, and I'm going to keep running it in my games permanently now. You can hide all your equipped items, so it just only appears here in the outfit. It's just a nice mod that shows almost what your character's wearing in a more almost immersive way. I love this mod. I recommend running it just for a bit of immersion. You can hide your equipped items easier, so it's a simple mod. I'd run it. Let's get into number 2. Number 2 on the list is the fence sheet mod. As you can see by the image, it's very simple. You can basically add long sheets to doorways, garage doorways, and any type of fence that's see-through or even prison doors. I really like this mod because if you have a base with obviously iron bars, let's say, or fences, as you can see here, you can just block it off so the zombies can't see in, which again kind of makes sense because you can add cheats to anything. Why would you not add it to your fences just to keep the zombies out? I mean, yeah, they're, are they prettiest? Probably not, but they're quite immersive, and it's just a simple mod that, sheets aren't hard to get, so why not add them to all your fences just to almost hide? And if not all, maybe just like the outer ones that are likely to be, filled with a large amount of zombies. This mod's simple again. I'm probably going to start running it forever now, just so I can fence off and block off my view when I'm at my base in wherever I decide to locate. This area here will be in a future video, so look out for that. And we'll get on to the next mod now. Number 3 on the list is detailed descriptions for occupations and traits. This mod for me is just one you run, and once you have it, you just really can't turn it off. I mean, it's hard to really say much about this mod, but it just basically tells you more about what each trait does, and a lot of them surprisingly have foraging bonuses. It tells you about all the traits and all the bonuses and what you actually learn, and what foraging bonuses, what you learn, what it actually does, and the exact XP amounts rather than just saying more XP. It'll be like 10% more XP, and it also shows you what the different traits do. For example, I think Burglar has stuff it's unlocked like shivs, and I think certain other ones have more likely to forage for stuff. I'm not going to say too much about this mod, so we'll get into the next one, but this is one I always run, and once I run it, you can't turn it off. Number 4 on the list is every texture optimized. This mod kind of just is quite self-explanatory. It basically optimizes every texture in the game. This mod is especially handy, not so much for me, but you can have it do quality to make the game look nicer, or performance. So, especially if you're running on a low-level console, or system, not console, like the Steam Deck, which I do run on sometimes, which if I'm out from home, you definitely need a mod like this because it does optimize for lower end PCs if you've got not a very strong PC. So for a Steam Deck, for example, or low end PC, this mod is very handy, and I really do recommend it. And I recommend you run it anyway, just to basically optimize your game, and almost, especially in those crowds of zombies, just to make it run better all round. This mod I'll probably just run all the time again, like the rest. It's just an all-round good mod, and I'll show you 2 different locations, as you can see. One in the forest, one in the Gigamart area, and I ran at 165 FPS the whole time. And we'll get on to the next mod. I recommend this one. 10 out of 10 mod. It's brilliant. Number 5 on the list is the spawn selector mod. This is one of 2 I'm going to include in the video because there's 2 for different reasons, like spawn mods. This one's quite simple. You make your character, you click the select spawn option in the map menu, and it comes up, as you can see, with a little map to start with. And you can pretty much pick any building anywhere on the map, and it will spawn you inside that building, which almost is quite good if you want to roleplay, because again, if you want to roleplay as a citizen of let's say Riverside, you might want to actually start in a set house that you may want to start in. For example, I'm going to spawn in the grocery store because that's what I've picked, and as you can see, it spawned me right inside. A very handy mod, especially if you want to do a roleplay type start to a game where you haven't got to spawn in a random place. I think I'll use this in a future series for my Firewatch Tower spawn, I don't know. But this is a very handy mod just to better select exactly where you spawn, especially, like I said, especially good for roleplay. Not much else I can say, so we'll get on to number 6 now. This mod is the Seed Season Indicator mod, and this is for all you farmer type characters who want to just roleplay as a farmer. living out in Knox County in the bush or in the middle of nowhere. This is probably a mod that I run, and I have been running for the last year, and it's not been corrupted by any updates. But I think they have updated it with the pictures you can see, because that wasn't there before, I don't think. But as you can see by the colour indicator, and it also says, it tells you what month to run it, like to grow it in, what month is best to grow it in, and it shows you of whether it's high risk or not to grow it in the current growing season, or whether it just won't grow at all. For example, it showed then cucumbers wouldn't grow, and as you can see, I'll plant some kale, and I'll plant some lettuce, because this is the perfect season. I mean, this mod is great, just because sometimes it's handy just to be able to know, just by a quick look at your seeds, which ones to plant, because sometimes you just want to be able to look at your big, because I tend to put all my seeds in one crate, just to grab all the seeds I can, that are obviously green, pick them up, take them out of me and start planting. So I'd recommend running this mod. It's a tiny little mod that isn't much to add on to your game, and it just is a lot easier when you're trying to do farming and level up agriculture, just to better run it and just basically know just by looking how good your seeds are. So on to the next mod. This mod now is the This Is Your Life Build 42 mod. This mod you could run separately to the Sports Let You Spawn mod, but this gives you a bit of backstory to your character, which is I really like for roleplay. And as you can see, I don't know how you can read it, it's hard to tell when you're editing, but it adds different like buffs. I like Riverside, the plus 10% XP for fishing, and I think that was Ekron with a 10% boost to blacksmithing. This mod is just generally, it just adds a backstory to it wherever you spawn, and even like when you're picking your occupation, it's almost like it's a job application in a newspaper, which I just think immersion wise is just a really nice mod, and I it's just, it looks nice, and the modders have put a lot of effort into this, and you can tell that someone spent time to make a good mod. I mean, I'm going to run this, especially if I'm playing a roleplay type game. If you want a quick game and you're going to go shoot all the zombies, probably not. But if you want a roleplay type mod, this is definitely the one. And we'll get on to the last mod now of this video. So definitely run this mod if you want immersion. Last on the list is the ladders mod, probably the most famous or popular mod on this list, and I do think you actually need it in Build 42. It's quite simple. You just press E and you can climb up the ladder. I just want to point out though, I don't know if the modders will see this, but I play on controller and I just couldn't get the mod to work with the controller climb button, so I had to use my keyboard to climb. Just so if anyone is out there, is wondering like, and plays a controller, because again, I'm sure a lot of people play on keyboard, but I'm personally a controller player because I come from console a year ago to PC. The ladders mod though is a must, especially with, I heard there's some basements in, I don't know, like swimming pools you can get into that you need to use a ladder to get out of, because obviously the devs obviously want to add ladders, just haven't got around to it. So this mod may be obsolete in a week's time, in a month's time, I don't really know. But the ladders mod for me right now is a must, because who wants to lose a character to falling down a little basement with only a ladder access to it? So everyone on the ladders mod, because it just makes sense. Try not to teleport with debug mode like me. I just want to say I really hope you enjoyed this mod list. These are quality of life mods plus the two little map mods. I don't know if you call them quality of life or not, but I tend to run all these mods every game. Yeah, and if you want to see more mod videos, please let me know, because I quite enjoy making them. Not as much as my map videos, but it's always good to share mods, because I always find if you're not careful, you go on the store page or the workshop and you just almost get inundated with mods. So yeah, it was quite a quick, well not quick, but it's quite a simple video to make, just going through some mods that I run. Hopefully to share with you some that will make your game easier. And if you want some bigger mods, for example like the extraction mod, to see them either gameplay or just me to go over some big mods I like to run, comment below if you would. Subscribe, because this channel's growing quite well at the minute, and leave a like, because it does push me to make these type of videos, or comment below what you want to see. And hopefully, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.